Hello friends, I'm going to talk about a very important subject, so be in this video till the end of that. The very important subject which I'm going to talk here is why our investments are not growing to the extent we want. There are two major reasons for that. Number one reason is the risk-taking ability. I'll come to the deeper part of it once I cover the second point. The second point is we expect all the benefits out of a single instrument of savings, which is not the case. So I'll cover the second point and then come to the first point. Okay. The second point, when we are taking a particular instrument of savings, every instrument is designed to achieve its objective. I'll elaborate this. A life insurance policy, if you're taking, is primarily to cover your life, okay, and provide the insurance coverage for the family in case something happens as a contingent for your life. The premium they collect over and above the life insurance premium is being invested in very secure investments as per the rules of IRDA to give you that amount of returns, which is very less compared to the market rate of returns. But the primary objective is, life insurance coverage. So the product has been designed to satisfy the need of life insurance coverage, not your savings. However, they do give you a savings because they are collecting over and above the insurance coverage. And they are restricted by the regulator to invest only in certain instruments which are safe and secure. Okay, this is number one point. Number two, when you take a pension policy, for example, right, it satisfies the need that you get pension after a certain age. It is not for anything else. And when you are going to get a pension, it is a duty of the instrument provider or the investment provider to see that your amount you are investing is safe and secure till the time you start having the pension. So they cannot be super aggressive at all. So that is designed for an objective, right? Now let us come to a share market. Your share market is super aggressive type of risk taking, right? You lose the capital completely if the market crashes, but at the same time you really gain phenomenally when the markets go up. Now, mutual fund is a blend between high risk taking and conservatism, right? So this gives you not a very high rate of return like the equity shares give, but at the same time they do not give very paltry returns like a fixed deposit, right? This is the basic objective of these instruments. So we need to really determine what are the investments we need to make mandatorily, with risk, with semi-aggressiveness, super aggressiveness. When I define these terms, some investments are mandatory for our life. For example, life insurance policy, because it protects our life in case something happens to us. Health insurance policy, because it completely drains your pocket when a hospitalization occurs. Third, pension. You definitely need a pension if you don't have a pension from your employer. So we need to provide all these things as a mandatory investments for sure. Then once you satisfy this criteria, which is the bottommost, right? Then you go for investing your funds in instruments that are going to give you better returns than these, right? For example, we try to invest in mutual funds, which is not very high risk taking. At the same time, you do get some standard returns, like say about 8%, 10% or 12%, depending upon the type of fund you invest. Then you start investing in equity shares, which is high risk taking. Then you also try to diversify your investments in real estates, which is also very high risk taking, but it is not immediately liquidatable. So see, there are various categories of investments. One, which is fully secured, does not give you a high rate of return, but it defines and achieves certain objectives. Second, semi-risk taking, where there is a risk of losing some portion of your capital, but gives some return better than what I said in the first point. Third, there are high risk taking instruments which can completely nullify your capital, that is, completely erode your capital, but gives you a very high return in case you are lucky, right? This is number three. Number four, there are some other instruments which also increases with a market trend, but is not immediately liquidatable, right? They are real estates, for example. You can't really take out your money when you really want to unless there's a buyer for that, right? There are some other investments like venture capital. You can't take your money as you like. There's a standard lock-in period for that. So these sort of investments fulfill certain objectives because a product has been designed in such a way. If you are able to understand the objective of the product, you will not be disappointed. So, the crux of this entire video, what I'm trying to emphasize is, you need to demarcate what is your objective. What are your objectives? How much of your investment should go into each and every segment? A segment which is mandatory, a segment which is semi-risk taking, a segment which is high risk taking, a segment which is totally liquidatable. What is liquidatable? I want to have a cash, I immediately have it. FDs. They are the perfect example for that, because you need an emergency cash, you immediately break an FD, there your amount is credited in your SP account. So there are various types of needs and necessities, and the types of investments you need to be aware before you start investing it, so that you don't get disappointed with the rate of return, number one. And number two, you can be gunshot sure what I'm going to get at what point of time for what amount. This is called portfolio balancing. The investment portfolio balancing should be optimum to such an extent that it fulfills your mandatory needs, it fulfills your long-term needs, it also tries to generate cash which does not miss the investments where your returns are going to be maximum. So, if you are looking for somebody who wants to advise you on a portfolio investments, for balancing your portfolios, for creating mandatory investments, risk-taking investments, semi-risk investments, or rather long-term investments, feel free to contact me. My mobile number and my email ID is there in the notes. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and relatives, because advice given is one of the noblest things you can ever do, because that is for lifetime. If you like this video, share this video, hit the bell button, and see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Take care.